All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin. Lydia, would you moderate? We're starting out with the questions, or how are we running today?
Yeah, I believe we can just start with our question list and answer the most voted. And then if guys have any additional questions, they can just type or just talk here. That's okay. We don't have a lot of participants right now, so it will be like cozy talkings.
Okay, perfect. Cheers. All right, so I have it in order of popularity here. Is the legislation that SLT worked for in Ukraine still valid? Will DNT be in a position to capitalize on the rebuild in Ukraine after the war ends? That is a definitive yes. In fact, many people have been asking me why I didn't go back to the US and why I'm still in Europe. One of the main reasons is that I believe in the fact that we're going to win this war soon. And right after it, there's at least an $800 billion rebuild, like the Marshall Plan. And that will be going very technological, first and foremost, because all of the Western investors want to see transparency. Blockchain technology is a way of giving that transparency to see where what is going, rather than paper ownership documents in a foreign language or so on and so forth. Using security tokenization is a way of a new way of moving transparently and efficiently into any rebuild. So that includes also the agriculture sector, that includes real estate, that includes other assets and startups. And first and foremost, we do still have a partner there. It's called Big U, Business Incubator Group Ukraine. They're working on small and medium businesses, and we intend to reinvigorate that partnership once it is due time to do that. Maybe even before the war ends, because small and medium businesses are in need of funding, and DeFi is a good way of financing SMEs. So, when will the first projects go online? How many of them will there be, and what is the plan going forward after those initial projects are a success? So regarding initial projects, as you know, there's the DeFinder platform right now, and that is peer-to-peer lending. And we have a number of projects we can't yet disclose, but as Lily just reminded me, that they are in Europe, in Western Europe. They are of very good quality, and a lot of time was taken to do the due diligence necessary so that the projects are quality. We can't afford to have a poor quality project go up and then having not a high level of success. So because we have went through the prior iterations of pipeline which didn't work out quite well, we have spent our time quietly while you guys were waiting patiently. Not all patiently, but some were waiting patiently. And we hope to be able to disclose this shortly. Now, this leads me to the third question. If you're relaunching Smartlands, does that mean actual tokenization, or is this more of a DeFi loan kind of thing? If it is a tokenizing, then what jurisdiction are you interested in? So this is actually what I've been working on directly together with our legal partner, and so on. We have a separate negotiations in the final stages, which I hope to be able to announce as soon as the memorandum is signed and open to disclosure. What I could say is that this is a long time relationship back from the Smartlands days, that we were in discussions with them. It is a large real estate player in the UK. I cannot yet disclose. Once I'm able to, I will do so. And they are looking for security tokenization, and we are looking to do a JV on relaunching specifically Smartlands inside the DeFi DeFinder ecosystem, which will also use the DNT token, just like SLT was meant to be used. So this will all be in the same ecosystem. But DeFinder is low certification needed, because that is peer-to-peer lending, whereas Smartlands and real estate security tokenization is more highly regulated, and that we are looking right now at Switzerland and Liechtenstein, as well as UK jurisdiction. Those are the jurisdictions that we're looking at for this security tokenization relaunch of Smartlands platform. So you guys are set to get two bonuses before Christmas. One is DeFinder doing what we promised to do, to put peer-to-peer lending quality projects up there. And the biggest present that I've been working on for you guys is, because that's when I remember things were good, is relaunching Smartlands, specifically with real estate security tokenization, with the partial ownership of the portfolio or the project, and the cash flow from the cap rate of rents and money coming in from the real estate. So, fourth question: is the DeFinder team still developing a crowdfunding platform? When will a marketable product be available? The products are all available. Smartlands works. Smartlands worked already in the UK, in Nottingham. DeFinder works. The question is what project and the audience to invest in the project. So this is the two things that you have to understand. The actual technology and everything works. The question is the marketing, because as you guys know, until our treasuries open up above 57 cents, we cannot spend our own marketing. But what we have figured out is that the marketing will be done by the projects that are listing. So this is actually another reason why it's taking longer to get good projects, because we want projects with people that believe in their projects and will pay for their own marketing. They will use our, in both cases, in the Smartlands case and in the DeFinder case, what we are providing is we are providing the platform and all the instruments necessary. But what we're telling just like if you do a Kickstarter campaign, you have to do your own marketing. When you do a Kickstarter campaign or a GoFundMe campaign or anything like that, you put your project onto the platform, and then you have to market it on social media and so on and so forth, because there's lots of projects, right? So that's what we're doing. We're not gonna be spending our own money on the marketing. We're looking for partners that have projects, want to use our platform, and will be able to do their own marketing. And we hope to do both the security tokenization on the Smartlands platform and the DeFinder one simultaneously. We'll see which one comes first. Is there a good plan to make DNT tokens have real value? Well, I just said it. They're going to have double value, because they will be used both for DeFinder, as stated in the current situation, and as well, just like before, those same DNT tokens will be used the same as SLT was on this Smartlands platform. So they will have a dual use. Okay, so I'm hoping that you guys are happy, because I'm really trying to make you guys happy, and it's a tough thing to do these days. So do you have any plans to change the token economy? My plan is to keep it simple, like we had it originally. DNT is going to be used primarily for the payment of fees. We are most likely going to have 5% fees for the listings, which means that if we help someone raise 100,000, then 5,000 must be paid in DNT token. And we will also make a mechanism to automate that for those that don't have their own crypto accounts. So that will be automated, just like the SLT tokenomics is what's of interest. Although we will use some of the mechanisms that DeFinder came up with in addition, but the main token economy is the payment of fees on the platform for raising funding, either be it for the security tokenization in real estate or for projects, SMEs, startups, real estate, and so on and so forth on the peer-to-peer lending. How is the progress in Bali, Indonesia for getting the platform going? Lily, the Bali thing, I think you have deeper knowledge on. Can you help me out on this one?
Sorry, can you repeat one more time?
Yes, it's saying, how is progress in Bali, Indonesia for getting the platform going? Is there any news from our friend in Bali?
Yeah, Angela is still working there. We have several negotiations with local developers, so probably we will have some real estate projects, but unfortunately I can't say right now more. So.
Okay, but that's actually a good place to be. So I hope we'll be able to visit there shortly and have something to show as well. Just as you guys know, we're working all over the world. Here in Europe, in Bali. I plan to actually go to New York again, hopefully next week, for a United Nations event with a lot of family offices as well. So let's see how that goes. Are there any plans to increase Whitebit's liquidity? So this is something I wanted to talk to you guys about. There's been an uphill battle because, as you know, we're working in a bootstrap mode here because, like I said, everyone's working just on the forecast of the treasuries and the future business coming online. That being said, that means that we don't have a ton of available gunpowder to put liquidity up on the board, and that was the very reason. And we just, I believe, we just set up our market making again finally. That was the very reason why it's a catch-22, because for new people to be interested, they need to see liquidity. CoinMarketCap and then CoinGecko, they all start dropping coverage if there's not enough liquidity, and also if there's not 2% between the bid and the offer on Whitebit. We're gonna do our part, but if you guys believe in what we're doing and want to help us out, I'm not saying that you have to go spend all your money, but what I'm saying is trade, put some bids, put some offers. Trade between each other, get active. It's fun. There's arbitrage to be made. Like I said, a couple of years back, some guy was making 10,000 per month arbitraging off the DEX and Whitebit. Okay, guys, make some money, get crafty. The more activity that happens on a daily basis, the more likely there will be momentum. When can we see revenue? Revenue, very simply, whatever comes first, like I said, either the Smartlands real estate in the UK or one of the projects that is close to being put online for the peer-to-peer lending. As soon as that happens, there will be revenue from the fees, like I said. From your Bali adventure, the article states that you met with various people in networking purpose and collaboration. Can you share with whom you met and what the projects they are involved with? So Bali, Lily, other than what you said, is there any more detail you could share on that?
I believe no, not right now.
Okay.
I'll ask Angela, maybe we will meet in AMA with her, so she will be like a direct person who talks, and it will be the most effective.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, it would be good to do an AMA maybe together with her from Bali in the given future. So let's try to set that up. It looks like there's a lot of interest in the Bali discussion. I think everyone wants to go somewhere warm.
Okay.
I'm also, by the way, I'm also in negotiations with someone in Sri Lanka and Maldives right now. That's also nice, and it's not too far from there. Okay, so next one. Hi everyone, feel free to ask any questions. Forward question. Okay, there's nothing here. Oh, great one. It's a waste of years invested in this coin. Don't waste your money and money on projects that have already been ruined. They are liars and cheaters. Well, see, so when this sort of stuff comes up, it's really hard to run negotiations and do well by you guys. But it is a we have freedom of speech where I come from, so all the power to you. Their ranking was 8,000 when the search on CMC began to fail. The process is, of course, important, but the results are more important. I mean, there are thousands of better things than these coins. So this is the exact thing. It's either a self-fulfilling prophecy, up or down. The less activity there is, the less it goes down. The ranking is liquidity and activity in the trading. Okay, we can't trade with ourselves. That would be fake, right? We can't fake trade, or at least that's not what I'm about. So that means that if no one other than us is trading, then obviously it's going to look like a shitcoin. So anyone that wants it to not be a shitcoin, let's get trading. So unfortunately, I can't read the. Okay, so I can't read the Korean, but let me put it in Google Translate. 1 second. Mr. Bang, I love you. A trivial scam project in Korean. That's not great. Okay. So it's not, but like I said, freedom of speech works well. And there's this thing as neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. Whatever you put out there in written or verbal form, that's what you manifest. So let's think about good things. Is a new mainnet under development? When is it coming out? Okay, so regarding this, I wanted to talk to you guys. We were really excited back in the previous discussions about the blockchain project. It did not get good accolades from the community. We were actually doing it specifically to entice the community because we believe that the community is more crypto and blockchain focused. And because everyone was more interested in real estate because that's what they signed up for with Smartlands. So that's why we put that on the back burner. We need at least $300,000 about to finalize that project. And it doesn't look like with the current community we could raise $300,000 for the blockchain mainnet. So we have put that on the back burner, and I have refocused first on relaunching Smartlands. Once we get successful there, and also I'm still talking to funds and VCs, but again, they look at the price and they look at our chat. So when will DNT be listed on a new tier 1 exchange? That costs a ton load of money. If anyone has friends on a tier 1 exchange that will do it in exchange for future tokens, please let me know. Otherwise, we need to make some money first, and then we could get on exchange. These bastards at tier 1 exchanges are quite greedy, and unless you are related to the top management or something, you're probably not going to get there without money. Again, scam shit coin. I love you guys. Coin that only existing SLT holders know. It lost the momentum to move forward with the war. They now have no money and no progress in development. So we do have progress in development. I just explained it to you. And as per your request, we actually were quiet this whole time because we needed to deliver something. We are in final stages of negotiations, so that's why I decided to talk to you guys. because while we're negotiating, the activity in the Telegram channel, the activity in the public space and on the screen is obviously looked at by our future partners. I'm not saying that it has to go bananas, but at least the communication that's going in the chat, the better it is, the better it is. We could still do it anyway, but it obviously changes our negotiating position depending on the optics. Okay, let me see what else we got here in Korean. Okay, I love you guys. I hope that's not you, Mr. Bong. How about using Whitebit Launchpad to raise funds for your projects? I have seen 2 projects get funds immediately on Whitebit. One of them is also working on real estate tokenization. We actually have quite a decent relationship with Whitebit. And in fact, we are discussing with them specifically the activity that we wanted to do for SME support in Ukraine and other things having to do with Ukraine. That is actually a good idea to do the launchpad there. I will take a look at it. Thank you for reminding me. I didn't think about this launchpad idea in recent times. But we were thinking about negotiating with the owner of Whitebit to see what kind of activity we could do. That could be a good one. We were also on the Whitebit. We were also remembering that the trading competitions sometimes help, but we need to get some liquidity going for that as well. There has been talk in the community about different blockchains to host DNT. Is there something you are considering? If so, how much effort and development would this take? So the idea is that we wanted to do that mainnet. We were thinking about that. I was honestly contemplating maybe even flipping back to Stellar based on what a lot of you guys were saying. But it's very hard to keep making these changes. So what we want to do is we want to first get some traction. We want to get some revenue going. We want to get things developed, and if needed, we could always do all sorts of menageries. We will not in any circumstances do any inflationary or any other such processes. So don't worry. Whatever you have in DNT will always be DNT. But if the time permits going forward that we have our own technology or partner one, or there is a reason to swap out of Binance chain, then we will do that. But only, again, with feedback from you guys, the community, and that's how we want to run these. Are you even working? Do you have any plans? Yes, we're working. Most of us for free. And we have plans. I just told you about that. So, much ado. That is the list that I have. Let's see. What's next, Lily?
You can see a question in our Telegram chat. Person 1 texted you. So please open it and read and maybe give your answer.
Okay, where's that? Person 1. Okay, question. Let's talk about Stellar XLM again. They've been working with the UBHCR to give people in Ukraine money. Since you are talking about rebuilding Ukraine and transparency, and they're working on Sorban smart contract platform, SLT's reason for leaving was because of smart contracts. They have grants and funding, so why not sign up there to get 300K or however much funding you need? You guys are familiar with the network already. Could retokenize on Stellar with 20 million tokens and use a bridge between the two networks. Yeah, actually, oh yeah, UNH. Well, that's good. I'm actually going to the United Nations, hopefully, so that would be a good discussion. I like this. This is a good question. In fact, I'm going to work on this personally because this is well written, and this is exactly the sort of thing I was thinking about. We do know who to contact at Stellar. I was even looking at the Phantom Foundation and also at Hedera. Those are two groups that I was personally reviewing. But if Stellar will have us back, one of the main things that we were upset about, we were the first project on Stellar, and then we kind of didn't get as much support from them in the latter years as we wanted. I will see, maybe we could reinvigorate and get that support. Okay. A token burn mechanism, Harvey. I don't know. I think we could do the Harvey thing because when we get the tokens for the yeah, I think that we can review that. I like the Harvey. Okay. What else do we have? Any other questions? One can speak again, of course. Player one. Yes, Randy, you're back. Of course, good news. We're relaunching Smartlands, goddammit.
Hey, good morning, Alex. I'll just ask you a question rather than typing it out.
Go ahead.
Thanks for your time. Regarding the partnership with Big U, why wait for the war to be over to start the conversation, if you are, or are you having these negotiations now and to set the framework?
Oh, of course. Of course we're having them now. That's why I said that I actually said that the SME one, that one can be done now, because that's kind of like support, right? So it's impact investing. If people are going to buy agriculture or real estate in big quantities, that's probably going to be after the war. So there's two conversations. One is the huge tokenization of real assets. That's probably going to be after the war is over, because you're not going to see millions and millions of dollars, unless you got lots of speculators, but who knows. But then the guys there probably don't want to sell. I got stuff there I don't want to be selling either at these prices. But what will work, like you said, is right now, 10,000, 50,000 to support a small business, a cheese producer or a restaurant or a hair salon. Especially, we're looking at female entrepreneurship. I'm interacting with another project that deals with fashion designers and artists and musicians and other creative industries. So that's something. And then also, like I said before, I'm actually spending most of my time helping out on a charity foundation that's helping raise money for orphans. So as part of our CSR, like I said before, we want to use the platform and technology to also possibly raise money for charity or the impact investing. So that's something that's going to be able to be done before the war. So small businesses, startups, and social directions, that's good now. All of the big real estate and agriculture and other large investments and security tokenization, that's after the war. Okay, anything else?
Some people are typing their questions, I believe. So let's wait a bit.
Check out Stellar disbursement platform for could have defined their build on that. Yeah. So Stellar. Yeah, I like this idea. I'm gonna take a deep look into Stellar. Like I said, I was I was refocusing on some fresh ones before, but I'm going to take a deep look at Stellar right now. Who's Lucky Guy? Where's Lucky Guy here? So let's be targeting high value clients. Okay, so regarding Smartlands, that's good that you ask. We're actually looking at a multi-million-dollar discussion for commercial and residential real estate. In my background, I was institutional sales and trading and investment banking. So I actually work more with funds, hedge funds, high net worth individuals, family offices, wealth management, and so on and so forth. That's going to be the core. You have between at least between 70 and 80% of the value that you're trying to place in any normal deal goes to institutional or sophisticated investors. What's actually good is that there's an exemption when you talk to such investors that does not even need quite a lot of regulation, because they're big boys. They can make their own decisions. I believe it's from 100,000 to 200,000 size investment. Therefore, that's actually exactly what I'm going to be focusing on. Whereas we're also going to have a call center that we will help set up, that will help work by text and incoming and outgoing calls for the retail part, but that has to be under regulation. Once that is done, what you're going to have is a mix of institutional, followed on by the retail. The retail is actually what gives the activity, right? Retail guys like to trade in and out. Institutional often buy a block and hold it. So that is the mix that you're looking for. So I'll be targeting. Okay, they launched that Meridian this year. I was there. Okay. Oh, that's about disbursement platform. Okay, so anything else, guys? Who's gonna trade?
I got another one for you, Alex. I'll trade, Alex, if I can make the trades easy on my phone, but I can't.
No problem. I mean, look, you guys, we have two options right now. It's Pancake Swap and it's Whitebit. My recommendation, the most of you that can do both and actually try to, put bids and offers on each one and try to make some arbitrage. Let's get some activity going. That's what it is. And the more people, one day you take some, the other day someone else. But there's activity to be made. Like I said, when you have more than one listing, we'll try to get some more going. That might also help move things around. And actually, the trading competition would probably help out as well, right? Oh, but by the way, actually, to motivate that, Lily, do you remember we had some reward ideas going, like for people that if you buy a certain amount of days in a row, you could get some bonuses or something like that. We need to start making things fun, maybe gamifying a little bit, doing rewards for trading.
Yeah, let's discuss it in an hotel.
Yeah, I think we should do that. Let's try to do that. Give you guys some rewards, because we can't just trade with ourselves all day.
Alex, I'll continue to just talk here. It's easier for me.
Yeah.
Who from the Smartlands team is still around helping you develop and foster the current and existing relationships?
Well, so you guys saw what we put up on the board there. I'm constantly in touch with Ilya, although he's just helping me unofficially in a light advisory capacity. I've had Martin even reach out to me a few times back when I just started, but he's out in he's with his family in Australia. We have access to our lawyer, who we're going to reengage as well. We have Lily there, so we basically have a good deal of some of the old teams still in touch. Like I said, we want to reinvigorate the Big U relationship that's on the ground in Ukraine, and myself. So hope that's enough for you guys. If I remember, I mentioned at one point creating a land registry for Ukrainian government. Okay, this is a good one. If I remember correctly, wasn't there mentioned at one point of creating a land registry for the Ukrainian government on the Smartland side? Yes, that's the case. I was actually in negotiations with the Ministry of Agriculture to do just that. There was actually two things. One was the hectares of land. To actually have but the ownership was difficult. But lease agreements, we were thinking, because the ownership of land, there was a moratorium on selling it to foreigners. That should be lifted at some point, but obviously not during the war. But in the meantime, it's possible to do long lease agreements and tokenize those. Or amphithesis, as in places like the UK, which is like 49 or 99-year lease agreements. And then also we were looking at forestry management contracts, where you can have a hectare of forestry land that you take care of, and that also can be contracted up for like kind of renting the forest and protecting it and that sort of thing. So we were looking at different things there. I was even actually in discussions regarding natural resources, where you can get, mining licenses and tokenize those, for Christ's sake. So there's all sorts of things we could do. Who needs developers? Well, send your CV in. Why not? $13 people already. That's my favorite number. Okay, so let's take this last one from Baller Bill, and then I think we're good for today, yeah? And Mr. Bang, are you on here? My Korean friends.
He is typing something.
Okay. Because trying to get, there's Mr. Bang. So I'd like to get some love from my Korean friends, but last I'm seeing in Google Translate, it's not looking good. Maybe Google is telling me wrong things. I need a Korean translator to help me out. We need to get someone that knows Korean and can speak. That would be great. Okay, so last question there. Yes, Smartland's word is good, Mr. Bang. I'll tell you all about it. We'll do a little chat afterwards. With sustainability construction being hot topic, mass timber construction is taking off. Any options to developers interested in the new industry? Okay, so, and yes, I saw that, Mr. Bang. I love you. So the sustainability, that's a big thing. I was in Earthex, if you remember, back in Texas. It was actually quite unfortunate because I was in negotiations there, and then the price started tanking. But what can we do? Sustainability is key. I'm even in negotiations about green bonds and alternative energy projects and startups that use hemp to build to do construction work. So Yes, I think that one of the key relationships that I want to develop is with the likes of EarthX, and then with that, do the SDG Sustainable Development Goals and work on the sustainability and ecological topic. We're good friends with Ruslana, the singer from Ukraine that also happens to be a global ambassador for renewable energy. I would bring her into the fold on that. She's trying to save the nature and reserves in Ukraine. There's a lot of ecological catastrophe with the flooding from the dam that was blown up. There's a lot of scare about the nuclear reactor that these guys have taken hostage in Zaporozhye. So there's a lot of environmental stuff that's being talked about, and I think that that is going to be a really, really important topic as we go forward. Even tokenizing carbon credits. You know, I'm talking to someone about possibility to tokenize carbon credits even. Okay, so that is something interesting. So I think that that's good for today, Mr. Bond. We should talk separately and maybe do a nice translation of this into Korean. If you could find someone that could do a voiceover, I think that the Korean folk will love it as well. Why not? Let's try to do that. Okay. So, thank you guys. Lily, I think we're good then.
Yeah.
Yes. Over and
Yeah.
out.
Thank you, everyone.
Cheers. Good to be back. Let's make this happen.